Hello everyone, welcome along to my Blackpool Predicted 11. We head to Blackpool on Saturday looking to try and continue our very strong start to the season against the Blackpool side who are yet to win any of their games so far this season. And if they don't win on Saturday, it'll be the first time since 2014-15 where they've yet to win in their opening 6 games of the season. So it's a stat really that suggests that for a Blackpool win, it's a very Fulhamish thing for us to do, to go up there after a strong start and to lose. But talking about Blackpool, from what I've seen of them so far this season, I've been impressed. I've been very impressed. I feel like they've been unlucky in certain games so far this season. They got a very good result at Bournemouth at the start of the campaign, coming from 2 goals down at the Vitality to come back and draw 2-2. I felt they was unlucky against Millwall in the weekend prior to the international break. They went a goal up. They had the softest red card, in my opinion, given away by Callum Connolly, and they conceded late on 2 late goals, and they lost the game 2-1, which perhaps wasn't really a fair reflection on the game from what I saw, in my opinion. And they're a very direct side. They're quick. They've got quick forwards up front. Lots of Shane Lavery's coming from Linfield, and he's done very well, in my opinion. He's got 4 goals so far this season. He's pacey, he's direct. He'll get defences. He'll stretch a back 4 as well. And he looks to be a very good signing, and perhaps could be one of the more underrated signings this season. If he continues at this rate of knots at the moment, then he'll be a very good player who I'm sure will alert other Championship clubs. Josh Bowler as well, a very good player who was very highly regarded at QPR before going to Everton. I remember him playing at Hull 2 seasons ago when they beat us 3-0 at our ground. He played on the right-hand side of an attacking 3 of Josh McGuinness and Jared Bowen, and he was really good. He created plenty of chances that day. I think he even scored a goal that day too, but he's a very good player, direct on the ball. He'll get the ball and he wants to run at defences too, so he'll create us plenty of trouble, in my opinion. But looking at the way it's going to go, it's a game really we should be looking at and thinking we could take 3 points from. Their back line, I think, will be the area which we can look to exploit. They haven't got too much pace in their back line. Richard Keogh's in there, stalwart at this level, 35 years old now. James Husband too, a player we know very well. He was involved in the Kit Simons days and came in for us during some very difficult situations. And to be fair, he did okay. Did a very good job for us in what was a turbulent time post Felix Magath and into the Kit Simons seasons, or his tenure, in 14-15. And then he came in 15-16 as well and did an okay job whenever he was asked to play. But looking at my starting 11 from what I'm going to go with, I'll be very surprised, first of all, if there's a goalkeeping situation change. Gazaniga's looked okay since coming in from Spurs, in my opinion. He's flapped at 1 or 2 sit crosses in some of the 5 games so far this season. Most notably at Millwall, when they were chasing the equalising goal and the balls were getting flung into the box in towards Big Matt Smith. He sort of flapped and missed a couple of them towards the end of the game. But I can't recall him having to do too much to do. In any of the 5 games so far we've played this season, he's not had to make too many saves, and our goal's not really been peppered as of yet. So I'll be very shocked if Marco Silva opts to rotate in that department. At right back, Dennis Odoi will stay at right back. I fully expect that to happen still. He did okay against Stoke, in my opinion. Was solid enough, did his job well enough, and kept a clean sheet. So as long as Kenny Tete's not fit, I fully expect Dennis Odoi to still be at right back. Unfortunately, we didn't get a right back in on deadline day, which was a big shame. But Marco Silva obviously thinks Dennis Odoi is capable of doing a job up until then, so he will still be at right back until Tete's fit. Moving into the 2 centre-halves, I fully expect Tosin to be at centre-half still. He's been solid ever since he's joined the club, really. He had a very good season last year, in my opinion, and he's carried that form into the new campaign. Looked very assured, very solid, and he's a Premier League player waiting, in my opinion. Very solid player. Uses his size well, and I just think he'll be a Premier League mainstay in the next couple of seasons. And this is where it gets interesting for me. I fully expect Alfie Mawson to come in, provided Tim Ream's not back from international duty with the USA. He's got the game 48 hours prior to the Blackpool game, so it's going to be very touch and go whether or not he gets back in time for that. But if not, Alfie Mawson will come in. Not had too much football in the past season or 2, really. He spent a large part of his loan at Bristol City last year injured, so he played in the Cup. He's played a couple of minutes here and there as well, so I think he's capable of doing a job here, and that at this level as well. He's a big physical defender. He should be able to handle himself here. And I fully expect him to come in at centre-half alongside Tosin, provided Tim Ream shouldn't play. And also the same goes to Anthony Robinson as well, who's been brilliant, in my opinion, since starting the season off. But I think Joe Bryan will get the nod here, primarily because Anthony Robinson might not be back in time for the Blackpool game. Moving into the midfield, I don't expect too much change here either. I think Seri and Onuma will stay in front of the back 4, shielding the back 4. Both been excellent, in my opinion. And it just shows how well Marco Silva's done since coming into the club. Both players really. Josh Onuma was very inconsistent in the last 2 seasons. A good player in there, in my opinion, but just not done it enough consistently. But he's really turned the corner this season and looked very good in the first 5 games, in my opinion, as well. He's been a very good player and has been very good in the engine room alongside Seri, who's really been like a new signing ever since Marco Silva's come in. He's got him back into the fold again after a couple of loans last season and the season before that. You haven't seen too much of Seri after 2018-19, but he's come in so far this season and he's a class above near enough any midfielder in the league, in my opinion. He's the head and shoulders above what any other team's got in their midfield, in my opinion. He runs the show in the midfield, and he's an absolute quality player, and I'm happy he's still here because he'll be a big part of our success, hopefully, this season. If it was to be a successful season, then I think Seri's going to be a big part of that. He makes it all look so easy, he keeps it ticking over, does the simple jobs very well, and I think them two will be in the engine room again for Blackpool at the weekend. And moving into our attacking three again, I don't expect too much change from the Stoke game. Harry Wilson on the left, on the right hand side. I think he took his goal superbly well, didn't he, against Stoke? It was a fantastic team move, finished off by a lovely, exquisite Wilson finish. He's been back from suspension now, and he's a quality player. He's really fit into his Fulham side, brilliantly, in my opinion. Fantastic player, very direct, got a wand of a left peg, and I expect him to be involved here as well. Carvalho through the middle of the attacking three. Superb as well since coming into the team this season, towards back in the last season. He's a young, fearless player who I'm hoping we can tie down to a new contract. There's still contract issues going on with him, and I hope he will stick around for the foreseeable future. There's lots of minutes here to play at Fulham, and I hope he signs a contract and sticks with us. Moving on to the left-hand side, hopefully we'll have Bobby Decordova-Reid back from international duty as well. A player who I just absolutely love. He plays everywhere, he can play him anywhere, and he gives you everything. He's a quality player, a very good utility player as well. He can play right back, he can play up front, he can play on the left-hand side, the right-hand side of an attacking three. On the whole, he's just a superb player, really, and he's been a brilliant player so far for us this season. Was brilliant last season, in my opinion, too. Was one of the only few players who could really have held his head high last season, and he's carried that form into the new campaign and started off really well. And of course, it goes without saying, Mitrovic through the middle, been scoring plenty of goals so far this season. And as typically, as we always expect, whenever there's an international game, he's always scoring for Serbia as well. And he's done very well out on international duty as well. So that's who I expect to start on Saturday against Blackpool. My prediction of this game, I'm going to say a 2-0. I think we'll just have a little bit too much in attack for Blackpool. They'll create chances, I think they will, but I think we'll hurt them with our forward line, and their lack of pace at the back will cost them, I think, here. And hopefully it'll be another 3 points and to add to what's been a very good start to the season.